Hello, welcome
Hi.
to Tales from the Shed.
We've got Maria Newman back with us.
Hello.
Which is really lovely. We really like having guests, and I have a real thing about getting therapists working together so we know each other, we know each other's strengths, we know what we're doing, and I think it makes us more powerful and it makes us really, really useful to people that can have choices.
And we don't all, no one of us has all the answers. So people,
true.
Apart from me, have a raft, a stable of people that we like to work with. Now, Maria, you've got something really exciting going on, haven't you?
I have. In 4 weeks, June the 12th, my new group online program starts, and it is called the Ultimate Confidence Booster Online Program.
Who wouldn't like a bit of that, eh?
We all need a boost.
Well, yeah, because Alison was telling me about it, and it says from
a caterpillar to a butterfly.
Yeah, did you like it?
From a what to a what, and it was like I couldn't quite remember it, but I think it's what we need, and I think it's really good, and it sounds like it's suitable for everybody could do with a bit of it. So tell us what
you're going to do. What you're going to do over the 4 weeks.
So the program kicks off with a Zoom interactive workshop, and that's at an individual level, everybody really understanding what confidence means to them. Because depending on what type of person you are, you will have a different idea as to what the confident you looks like and what you're comfortable with. So, there'll be extroverts like me who, who don't mind talking and being the center of attention. I know it's hard to believe, but there'll be other people on the other end.
I thought you were going to say I was shy and retiring, and then I did my own course. And
yeah, I did. No, yeah. I've gone from this to that. But then there'll be other people who are on the other end of the scale who want to be confident, but they're introverts, and actually, they're quite happy to be in the presence of people, but they don't always want to be the center of attention, and they'd rather support other people, but they still want to be confident. So the workshop on one hand is about, like I said, deciding for yourself what you would look like, be like, sound like if you were confident. Very, very personal to the individual. It's not about me telling you, it's about you deciding.
That sounds really nice, and as again, it sounds like one of those things that you get. If you're confident, then you can. But actually, it's just self-fulfillment.
What does that mean?
Very
what does confidence mean? So that's great. So what a great. So you're benchmarking at the beginning.
Yeah.
So what a great start. Yeah, great.
And then hand in hand with that, we'll all have a thing that we want to do, but because we don't feel confident, we come up with lots of excuses why we can't do it, even to the point of we might just procrastinate as a way of legitimizing not doing it. Mm-hmm. So the second part of that workshop is all about deciding what that goal is. What is the thing that you really want to do that if you were more confident, you could do it?
So it's like test criteria, really.
Yeah.
Look like?
Yeah. So then the next 4 weeks basically are all built around, number one, you getting yourselves with my support, with the group support, to becoming that confident person, but also working towards whatever your confidence goal is. So as an example, on a previous program, we had a lady who was a business owner, and one of her confidence goals was to be able to stand up and do her 60-second pitch with confidence, which meant that she didn't feel like she was going for most of the minute, and to be able to hold that space rather than, oh, my minute's up, I can sit down now.
Yeah.
So it's great, isn't it? So your goals don't have to be huge, they don't have to be,
huge for her.
I know, but what I mean is kind of when we look at goals,
I know what you mean.
You're often kind of thinking, I have to have this big goal. You have to have one.
Yeah.
marathon. I have to want to, be a television presenter. I want to have.
Yeah.
So actually, it's just about being able to stand up for that minute without actually feeling like, I'm going to fall over.
This course is very bespoke to the individual. It's about, well, what do you want to achieve by the end of the 4 weeks? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna guide you, but you're the one who's doing the work. So if the work isn't what you want to be doing, and it's not what you want to be driving towards, then actually you're not going to do the work.
I've just envisaged, like, I've just got you to the top of Everest and you go, I didn't really want to come here. I wanted to go to Aldi. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really wasn't bothered about the Arctic and the cold, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's something that we could really do. And the other thing that strikes me when you're talking is what an interesting journey, just flagging the beginning and flagging the end. I mean, that must be quite difficult for some people. It's kind of like when they say, write your gratitude, or how are you feeling in one word. It's like, write your gratitude, and people go, my children and the sunshine and da 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 da. And yes, and actually it's just being barefoot today. Do you know what I mean? It's sometimes it's a massive, and in fact I was talking to somebody just a day or two ago that said how it changed her, just having to write the goal of a gratitude. And she said, it's completely changed my life when I realized I can't use these bigger goals that we're told on Facebook that we have to do. Feel grateful for it's actually what do I really feel. So it feels like that there's a lot of therapy just in that bit as well.
Well, as you were speaking, a couple of things literally popped into my mind, and the first one is, there's the saying, look after the pennies and the pounds will sort themselves out. Well, it's the same thing. If we are taking small steps consistently, before you know it, you will have achieved massive things. But because you started slowly doing things that are achievable, that aren't frightening, you've got on with it.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody said to me, Maria, I'm going to run the marathon right now, and I've never run in my life. It's like, I don't think so, because you might wake up the next morning and go, no, that's a long way, and I've never run, I'm not going to do it. Whereas if I said to you, tomorrow, all I want you to do is wake up and put your shoes on. Don't want you to do anything else. And then the next day, wake up, put your shoes on, and just run 10 meters. And then the next, and just, that's that consistent small steps, you will achieve a lot more than if you have this massive goal that's really, really scary. You don't potentially know what you need to do to get there in the first place. It's a way it puts you off.
I think it's that kind of opposite thing of, we're often told about, when you're looking at a goal, you must look at the mountaintop. But actually, when you're climbing a mountain, often the idea is, do not look at the mountaintop, because then you'll just decide, oh my God, it's too far. I'm just going to look at, that bit. Yeah. And for a climber, so it's like, I'm just going to look at that hole.
I'm just going to look at the next bit. And the other thing that strikes me is that you're giving space to move. That you could run 10 meters and 20 meters, and then you think, actually, I prefer hopping. You could do that. You have that space to think, I thought I wanted to, and now I've got here, I've loved that bit, but I actually want to go over there. And so we get to know ourselves better as well. That, as you were saying, building from the inside out.
Well, that's great. I mean, we've talked with other guests on here, and we've talked about, we've come to the conclusion, it is an inside job. It is an inside job.
Yes.
To do that, so that is brilliant. And I think, what an exciting program. That sounds fantastic. And I look forward to hearing some stories about how people have used it.
What we'd like to do is catch up with you again, find out how that's going, hopefully talk to you again before then, but definitely it will be interesting to see what insights without committing anyone else, but just insights, and see how that goes, because that will be fascinating.
It'd be great. So we'll see you in the shed again.
Well,
okay, then.
All right.
Right, I'm just gonna find the end, because I'm not good at this. There it is. It's up at the top.